Dan, congratulations. Yesterday I said it was a mistake. I said you won in Tokyo, so maybe I preempted this one because to say that it was a great result, a great strategy as well with the undercut. Let's start with that and the undercutting straight into the attack mode.
Yeah, that was prepared quite heavily before the race. We envisioned that it would be a bit split, to be honest. We thought some cars would box straight away, some cars wouldn't. Did a good job in the first 15, 16 laps of saving a bit of energy compared to the people in front, but still remaining in the top 5, top 6, which is sort of always the goal in these races, to be honest. Then, you know, as we spoke about strategy before the race, pit windows open, it was kind of up to me, really, to make the call. And all the cars stayed out, so it was a bit of a no-brainer at that point. Then obviously, was quick into the box. The pit boost seemed quick. The engagement, the release, outlap, and then straight into attack mode was all quite fast. And obviously just had clear air. So that's the time where the attack mode is going to make the biggest difference. It's also better to push hard in 350 than it is in 300 because it's better for the rear tyre. So that I made a big emphasis on that before the race. If we are going to be in the pit window and push a lot, please put me in 350 because it just takes a bit of load off the rear tyre. Very, very happy. It couldn't have gone better. We did everything right. The Jakarta win, there was quite a few things that had to go right for us to get that win, a bit of luck involved. The race today was just purely merit. So yeah, very, very proud of my side of the garage, my engineers, mechanics, for sticking with it this year because it's been a terrible year in terms of luck and strategy and all sorts of things out of our control. So yeah, big thank you to them.
I do want to ask, obviously, because you said that you were kind of happy to settle for second. So when you did make the move on Dennis, was there like a Eakin moment in your head, like I
saw that he had the energy cut. So I think in the last few laps, 6, 7, 8 laps, when he got past me, we were at similar energy. I think he was slightly up. But obviously sitting behind him for 6, 7 laps, I keep saying 6, 7. But I think I was able to save a bit of energy. And I think on the penultimate lap, he sort of built a bit of a gap. I saved a bit. So I thought it was a possibility in the back of my mind because I know we're obviously both Porsche cars, similar systems probably. So I thought it was a possibility. But I mean, he hit the cut actually earlier than I thought. So it was a relatively straightforward move, to be honest. And, he's an intelligent racer. He didn't go and cause a plane crash. So I was grateful for that. But yeah, I mean, earlier, a few laps before, I did tell my team to relay a message to Andretti for Jake to not defend from me, and I wouldn't attack him because I didn't want to bring the rest of the pack into the fight. So, but he used his brain anyway. And yeah, we managed that well.
And then finally from me, in terms of your future, doing your talking on track, I think it's brilliant for you. And we got a lot of Dan Ticktum fans that follow us, and they want to know that you'll be on the grid next season. So what can you tell them?
Thank you. I still don't know, if I'm honest. Obviously, that will be very beneficial. There's a lot of things that the teams I'm talking to, including my team, there's a lot of things that are sort of where people's hands are tied or there's stuff that's out of their control, and it should all come out in the wash within the next couple of weeks. So I think I'd be surprised if I don't have a job here next year, to be honest. But if I do, so be it. I like to think I've got talents in other areas, so I'm sure I'll do all right in life either way.
Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Jake, hello. I feel for you in a sense because it was an absolutely great race from you and the team. Obviously, circumstances. Just run me through your race and how proud you are of the achievement.
I'm proud of the achievement. I think going into the race, when someone said you were going to finish second, I probably would have taken it. It's such a hard race to lead, and I felt like we executed 90% of it really, really well. So we can go bed tonight thinking that we did a pretty good job and we got a good car. We just weren't quite quick enough when it rained at the end, but nevertheless, to be that dominant the whole race, to be that good on energy leading the race is impressive. So we'll just try and tune it up tomorrow, some small improvements, and come out better tomorrow.
Yeah, and it's obviously about Ticktum. We all knew, like in the media centre, what Ticktum's plan was. He wasn't going to attack you, so it was published on TV. Does that surprise you then that that message didn't get to you then, considering it was even played on TV?
I think everyone knew apart from the driver, so it is what it is. There's no point dwelling on it. It hurt us in terms of result, but we'll learn from it, and any communication like that won't be missed again, and we'll do better tomorrow.
Surely you must take the positives of how quick this Andretti has become over the last couple of rounds, and now that you've literally halved your gap to the championship leaders, going into London where you've been strong, and even here where you're strong, you've got a really good chance.
Yeah, we've got a really good chance. If to close the gap by half in one race is massive. It would have obviously been even more, but we'll take that any day of the week. Only 14 back with 3 races to go. We are well in it and feeling punchy for it.
Best of luck for tomorrow. Cheers. Congratulations on the podium. Obviously, we'll start, for Cyril and for Citroën this weekend. I know it's been tough, so an amazing result, really. And with Van coming 6th as well, points and a podium, a great race.
Yeah, look, I think the team performed really well. It's Jev's very strong race. He's been driving very well. So, I think we could be very pleased with today.
And in terms of your strategy and race pace at the end, you were super quick, or you put some proper pressure on the front two. Were you hoping for a mistake? What kind of happened to maybe nick a second or a first?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately I don't think we got the strategy completely right, but we lost a lot of time behind De Vries. I think he was trying to protect his teammate, and it meant that there was a gap for me to close to Dan and Jake. I'm very pleased that we could show a good pace and we could close that. It wasn't quite enough.
Obviously, qualifying, both of you getting into the duels, but obviously both knocked out in quarterfinals. Do you think you can learn anything there to sort of help pace get further up the grid tomorrow?
Yeah, I think that's the key, right? I think if we can unlock that quarterfinal speed and understand why that duel went wrong for both of us, we have more potential for tomorrow. So I think tonight that'll be the focus, and let's see.
Best of luck for tomorrow. Cheers. I suppose consistency. That's been the name of the game for Formula E for years, and that's what you're doing at the moment, and you've got the championship lead back. How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, the China stint wasn't consistent, but generally throughout the year it's been good for us. So hopefully we've shifted that momentum and we can start scoring good points again.
Talk to me about your strategy then, obviously starting all the way down in P16 to get points today. How did you manage to do it?
Yeah, just obviously down there you got to try and think outside the box and be a bit offset, whether it's on energy or attack modes and stuff, and I think we had a good energy advantage coming into the pit window, and was able to utilize that. We lost a bit of time behind Pascal. He had damage and kind of blocking me, to be honest, but lost about 3 seconds with that. But was able to recover a bit, and it was just purely energy advantage that got me through. Good call from the team. Executed it. It was hard to execute, but we got it done, and we'll see what tomorrow brings.
Yeah, talk to me about obviously qualifying, because obviously good news for you that Costa did as well as he did in qualifying. What can you learn from his side of the garage to sort of help you make sure that you're there in the duels come tomorrow?
I think it was just a tyre strategy approach that we took. We split the cars. I went for a tyre scrub and practice, and I think it was the wrong approach. So we'll revise that for tomorrow. In practice, we were good. I was P4 on 300, P6 on 350, so we're in the mix, but we just got it wrong today in quali. I could tell from the first lap I just didn't have a peak from the tyre and didn't have the grip, so paid the price, but fortunately we could recover.
And finally for me, just the rain, because obviously we got a little bit of rain today, we might have a little bit of rain tomorrow. How much do you focus on that, because we saw how critical that was in Shanghai?
Yeah, obviously we've got our usual kind of wet, changes. But the wet is such a gamble. I've been dominant, I've been way off. It's very hard to read, so we'll just do what we think is right, and hopefully we're quick.
Best of luck for tomorrow. Cheers. Yeah, Antonio, it's probably not the race that you wanted because of all the circumstances. Just run me through, obviously, we'll start with the incident with Pascal. He felt that he could have had a little bit more room. He tried to get off you, but obviously then pushed you into the wall because he couldn't. What did you make of it?
Nah, he pushed me on the wall on purpose. He picked damage from the turn 7 incident, and he decided that if he's out, then I'm out too. Fair enough, very unsportive, but I wasn't expecting anything else. The turn 7 incident, he doesn't have enough of an overlap. He needs to back down from there. That's very clear. Unfortunately, we were only in that situation because the Envision in front of us started to play games, and I don't know, he lost 5 seconds in one sector. And of course, when that happens, anything can happen, and it's Mario Kart, and there's a crash fest. So I don't know, man. I don't want to say too much. I'm not happy at the moment. I just want to go back to my hotel and come back tomorrow.
But in terms of, like, let's go back to the positives then. Qualifying, like, the pace was there. So, you know, you can take that in tomorrow, and fingers crossed, you know, you could get a good result again.
I can always, you guys know me by now. I will come up tomorrow, show up tomorrow with a smile on my face, and everything's forgotten. But at the moment, I'm very angry, and we could have relaunched our championship. Seriously relaunched it, and we probably it's over now. So yeah.
Still 3 races to go. Anything can happen in this championship.
Yeah. I'm aware that my teammate's now leading. I don't want to get in his way at all. I will try to come back somehow, pull a rabbit out of the hat, but I'm aware that he's there, and I want to help if I can.
Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. I suppose it's another race that got away from you. Obviously, a really good strategy to get you up to P4, but obviously ultimately running out of energy at the end.
Yeah. Where do I start? Start was good. Got up to P4. Then obviously overtook Antonio for P3, but he wanted it back really badly, so I thought it's no point wasting efficiency for that. We already struggled with that enough, so it wasn't worth the fight. Then Buemi took attack, and when everyone came in for the pit boost, he decided to lose 5 seconds in one sector for no reason. So I'm not sure what happened there. And then, after we did our pit boost, there was an issue on the car, and my target and everything on my dash was completely wrong. So I kind of eyeballed it from there until the end of the race. We didn't really understand the issue until about 6 laps to go, but by that point it was way too late. I just tried to sit behind Cassidy, save as much energy as I could, try to recover, but obviously it wasn't enough, and quite disappointed really, because obviously Dan was behind me, won the race, and we were in a good position. So obviously congrats to him. He's had a bit of a tough season as well, so it's good to see him get some good luck, but unfortunately not for me.
Was the energy reveals on TV, was that helping you try and work out where you were, or was that information coming to you too late?
No, it was way too late, and it's not accurate enough. I was trying to give my energy used to my engineer, and he would do that divided by how many laps are left or whatever, and try to make the calculation, but obviously even that's not accurate enough to get me a target for the end of the race. So yeah, frustrated.
Best of luck for London. Thank you very much. Hello, Seb. Your strategy has caused a lot of issues apparently with some of these drivers. Your early attack mode, and then they were saying you were a bit slow in one of the first sectors. What do you want to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, I was, yeah. Obviously, that was not the initial strategy. The initial strategy was because I had a penalty. You know, we wanted to make track position and then hopefully have a bit of margin to absorb the 5 seconds without obviously losing everything. And then at some point Joel pitted, and the team instructed me to slow down the field as much as possible, just in order to help Joel basically, which it did. It did help him a lot. So yeah, I did, yeah.
And in terms of just for tomorrow's race, what did you learn today that could sort of help you for tomorrow?
Hard to say. I mean, we've done the race. We know a bit better the targets, the energy, the behavior of the car in the race. So we know that we've got to qualify better if we want to have a good opportunity to fight for points here.
Thank you very much. Best of luck for tomorrow. Obviously a frustrating day for Porsche all round. Just run me through, obviously it was a bit of a tight squeeze. I know that wall at the edge of turn 7, it kind of sticks out a little bit, doesn't really help the situation, but yeah, what did you make on your incident?
Honestly, I was just very surprised because until there, honestly, the racing was very fair. You know, we were giving each other room, and I thought, okay, let's keep doing that, right? And in the end, I was just surprised that Antonio turned in harder than I anticipated, because I was fully next to him on the corner before on the outside. I didn't even want to pass him. I just wanted to survive, right? And suddenly he started turning more. I still tried to back out, but I cannot disappear, right? Once you're there, you're kind of there. And he left like 20 centimeters too little room. So we touched, and that just pushed me to the edge on the inside and clipped the wall a little bit, and that was enough to damage the suspension. So very unfortunate and very unnecessary, to be honest.
Do you surprised that it wasn't looked at the stewards, or because nothing came up? But do you think it was worthy of something?
Well, if you want to really go into detail, I think I was entitled to enough racing room. And even though there was some room, it was not enough, unfortunately, because I touched him first and then the wall. So, I don't want to cry about it. I'm just super sorry for the boys who rebuilt a complete car to then have the race basically slip through our hands in turn 7 of lap 1. So that's really, the only thing I feel sorry about. The rest, it is what it is. I think I didn't do anything wrong. I think if someone did, then I was not given enough racing room. So that's all I can say.
Best of luck for tomorrow. Cheers, Nico. Appreciate it. Obviously, a really unfortunate day for Porsche. Just run me through your incident. I know, you got clipped with the wall. Was your race pretty much done once you clipped that wall? And I know you were kind of stuck with Da Costa. Were you trying to get away from him? Obviously, in the turn 8, and obviously that's where he got pushed into the wall and where you got your penalty. Were you trying your hardest to detach yourself from him?
No, it started way early already. They brought Buemi to the front. Obviously, when the pit window opened, it's normal that everyone would start to push very hard during the pit window. But what Buemi did was the opposite, to back off completely and hold everyone up. The few cars in front of me were jamming up in turn 6, so I could go side by side with Antonio. It's a sequence of corners where in the driver guideline it says need to be given space, and I wasn't given space. I was touched on the outside and touched the inside wall, which destroyed the suspension, and we had to repair it.
Were you surprised then that considering you felt you weren't given racing room, that you got the penalty in the incident?
Absolutely. I don't understand it. It's not what we discussed in our guidelines. We have new stewards here, different stewards. Exactly the same things. The other driver was given the penalty in previous races, so I don't know.
And then finally from me, obviously you got knocked out in the group stages today. Anything to work on qualifying to make sure you're in the duels for tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll work hard on it and try to be better tomorrow.
Thank you very much.